Welcome. Now you are going to listen to a Reputation Miami podcast. Let's get started. What is the fingerprint and what is it for? New technologies have grown enormously in the last 2 decades. For this reason, a large number of users are not aware of the risks taken when browsing the internet, creating profiles on social networks or giving personal data to create accounts on very different websites of various kinds. Fingerprint. Every step you take on the internet, even when browsing incognito, usually leaves a footprint, a kind of digital image that reflects the activity of the connected user. Today, the development of information and communication technology, the so-called ICTs, allows users to access a considerable amount of data. The problem is that anyone can enjoy those accesses, both a private individual and a company, and not always for the same purposes. Nowadays, in addition, many users connect to the internet from their mobile phones. This means that fingerprints are easier to follow for those who have the necessary tools for this purpose. Daily activity is affected by the use of these new technologies, our internet contacts and searches through online engines such as Google, the use of social networks, and even the use of fully connected smart devices, such as refrigerators or washing machines. In addition, governments also have tighter control of each citizen. For example, for statements to the public finances, you can access online, request a virtual appointment, etc. As you can imagine, all this leaves a mark that defines us. Our online activity gives companies and advertisers vital information about us, our tastes, our family relationships, and our identity that we cannot imagine since there is a lot of data obtained in this way. Technology has changed the daily use of devices such as computers or mobile phones. Anyone uses them to browse, search for information, buy or frequent forums and social networks. Today, even looking on a smartwatch leaves its mark. That record of information can turn negative if it falls into the hands of unscrupulous, giving rise to fraud, scams, and, ultimately, questionable actions that are considered part of cybercrime. How the fingerprint is used today. Today, the fingerprint is used in many different ways. Private detectives use it to follow a person, criminals use it for scams, companies use it to find out about your tastes and need to offer you their products. Same thing if we talk about government entities, etc. Let's look at some of these aspects one by one. Marketing and remarketing. The fingerprint is of enormous importance in the world of online marketing. Your activity on the internet leaves clues to virtual businesses to know your tastes. So, suppose you have been about to complete a purchase in an X store or have shown interest in a particular content. In that case, advertising will likely begin to appear in relation to those online movements that you have made. Let's say for a moment that you accessed specific content about pets. You will likely receive information about it for a while, or that you will see in your search ads to buy food for dogs or cats and similar information. All this due to the footprint that your activity has left. Big data. Fingerprints create huge pockets of data. This is what is called big data. Many companies and businesses use it to identify interests, trends, tastes, etc. That information gives them great power because they will know what the public is demanding to offer it. Scams and fraud. Unfortunately, cybercrime is always on the alert. For this reason, there are not a few unscrupulous people who use these fingerprints to commit various frauds, crimes and scams. In general, criminals handle these operations to obtain your data. Today, information is power, so they will make a big profit if they can sell it later. But it goes beyond. With that digital information, they can commit phishing, which is identity theft. Posing as you, they could spend your money or use your name without your consent. This footprint is also used to get to know you and invite you to donate to charitable, governmental or other organizations that do not have that purpose, since they are only looking for their own benefit to your detriment. Abuse. Unfortunately, fingerprints are also used today for abuse. They can be related to bullying or abuse at work, for example. By violating your privacy, they obtain information that they use against you to harass a person. The reason can be very various. It could be a dismissal that is considered unfair or the simple pleasure of mistreating another person. Official data. Still, this digital record is like a fingerprint. Thus, it identifies the user and individualizes him. This is very useful for governments and public entities since it facilitates communication with the user. Indeed, it allows many procedures that previously required a lot of paper, face-to-face waits and previous appointments, and now can be done digitally, much more comfortable for everyone. Therefore, to take advantage of the usefulness of the fingerprint and avoid problems, it is essential to take great care of privacy. We should never give our data to businesses and sites that seem suspicious. Nor should we offer too much of our information on social networks, not provide excessive data and doubt if they ask us for something as strange as details of the spouse or father, etc. Be suspicious and always use common sense. We at Reputation Miami thank you for listening to this podcast. Until next time.